Hello again, everyone. Sorry we're running a little late. We're just waiting on Michelle at the moment. Okay. Once again, for those of you up in the top floors, if you have any questions, I'm afraid you'll have to move to downstairs to have them answered. Okay. Because we're having a queue system like before. We're going to extend our queue. This time we're going from up this corner here up to where Graham is in the blue shirt. Give us a wave, please, Graham. He's right there. Okay. And we're going to queue down here. I'm going to make a second queue going up the other side, and we'll lead you through as we're going along. Okay. Right. But don't start queuing up just yet. Wait till our guests arrive. I've just been told Michelle is here. I'm just going to have a quick word with her, and then we'll be able to start, okay? Thanks for waiting, guys. Okay, once again, thanks for waiting, everyone. I'm not quite sure what's going on over here. You've got various things being held up in front of the stream cameras. Right, okay, I am just about ready to start. But first of all, we need our guests. First off, I shall bring onto the stage Cindy Morrow. I don't think she needs an introduction. She'll be coming very shortly. Cindy Morrow? Just Cindy. Here we go. Take a seat wherever you like, please, Cindy. And just entering the stage, we have Michelle Kraber. Oh, wow. There's your claim to fame there, guys. And also, I've been told online... we have Megan McCarthy and Amy Keating-Rogers. Are they on now? And shortly, that doesn't look like them. Are we online? Oh, apparently they're not here yet. Okay. So, while we're waiting for them, shall we do, not that I think we need to, shall we do a quick speech of introduction of what you two do? Starting with you, Cindy. I don't think it's necessary, but just in case.
Hello, can you hear me? Well, I'm the voice of Apple Bloom. And I write words. You know, ponies. Ponies. My name is Cindy Morrow, and I'm a writer on My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. And I've written a number of episodes. Some of, I think, fan favorites are Winter Wrap-Up, Family Appreciation Day, Hurricane Fluttershy, Sisterhood Social, Apple Family Reunion, and a couple others.
And I am Michelle Krieber, or as you know me, April Bloom, the little southern pony, because aren't you going to stay for brunch?
Excellent. So I've been told that our online guests could turn up any time, but we're going to go ahead with the questions anyway. So, as I explained earlier, if you'd like to make a queue, up to Graham in the corner, please. And then we'll make a second queue going up from the other side. And Graham's just up there. He's waving right now. Oh, he was. He's just standing up there. Excellent. I know there's going to be a lot of questions, so we're going to have a long queue. Okay? Someone just texted me the F word. And for those of you who don't know, during the panels, the Q&A panels in here, especially the Community Voice Actors Q&A panel, every time the F word was mentioned, this happened.
I was worried there for a second.
So don't worry, they're not chanting just for that sake. It's not like some sort of ritual or anything. Anyways, let's kick off with our first question.
Hi, this is the writer, Cindy Morrow. Will Discord be in season 4?
Oh, well, I'm afraid Cindy has requested not to ask questions about season 4. I completely forgot to request that. Sorry, guys. That was my bad. I just don't know what went wrong.
Feel free to ask another
Sorry,
question.
guys. You can ask another one then.
No, I'm allowed questions.
Okay, that's it. Okay. Are we doing from the right or?
We're going to be sending that queue through to you.
Okay, that's fine.
Or are you going to come over to them?
Well, I thought there was someone over there. Okay, let's go. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
This question is for Michelle Krieber. How did you do the accent for Apple Bloom? Did you have to learn how to do it, or did it just come naturally?
I did a project before My Little Pony. It was called Adventures of Little Jake, and I was Little Jake. He was a young Southern speaking boy, and I kind of got a little bit of my Apple Bloom accent from that. But to be honest with you, I don't remember how I learned the accent specifically, because I just recall the directors guiding me to a young Southern pony. I don't remember how I really picked up a Southern accent though. So I've been asked that question a lot. I don't really remember. It was a long time ago. We've been working on the show for I think 5 years now. About 4?
Yeah, maybe 4
Yeah.
years. But we were working on it a lot longer before you were watching it.
Yeah.
Okay, next question, please.
Hello, my question is for Michelle. What was your reaction on when you found out that in Equestria Girls you won't be as ponies, but you'll be as human?
I thought it was a fun twist. I didn't actually really know that we were going to be humans, and I figured that out. I read the next scene in the script after we recorded our little bit with Maddie and Claire, and I was like, what? Wait, what? Back it up, Okay, hold the phone. And I was really excited, because I'm like, oh, they're never going to expect this. I was like, yes.
Okay, next question, please.
Question for Sydney. What is the funniest thing that's happened during the creation of one of the episodes on your behalf, like maybe in the scripting?
I didn't understand. I didn't hear the first part.
What was the funniest part of the process when you were making certain episodes?
What is
was
the
the funniest? Yeah, the funniest thing that happened,
When I was writing, the funniest?
or produced that when it was coming into fruition, if you know what I mean.
Oh. Funniest or funnest?
Either.
I mean, fun! Oh, shit!
It's always a lot of fun to... It's extraordinarily pleasant to...
Extraordinarily pleasant, extraordinarily pleasant.
Pleasant. I thoroughly enjoy working together with the different writers. Oftentimes we have meetings in the beginning of the season and we hash out a bunch of story ideas, some which are crazy, some which are laughable. And that's usually the most frenzied part of the process. And then after that, a lot of times writing for me personally is at home alone, so it's not as enjoyable.
Well handled there. Okay, next question, please.
Hello, I apologise in advance. This is probably going to be a very hard one to answer, but if everyone has their opinions of, all the panel, and I'm just wondering, in your opinion, what do you think makes you unique to this world, and how would you emphasise that in a cutie mark?
Wow, that's deep.
Unique to this, which world? The My Little Pony world or this world?
Yeah, which world? The My Little Pony world? Okay.
What? Are you saying what makes us unique to the pony world or to the human world? Oh,
Human.
Well, we're all unique. We're individuals. Not one of us is the same. So just by being born, I'm unique. And I'm also a lot of fun. How about you?
I don't know. You took the good answer. You just made them say fun, and then that's my answer. There we go. Fun.
Whenever we can't answer a question,
We'll just say that.
We're just going to say that.
Okay, that's a good plan.
Okay, next question then, please.
Is there anything about your creative process in the My Little Pony franchise that you would change now you have hindsight?
Change something in the process?
Like when you're voicing Apple Bloom, the way that you spoke, was there anything that you'd change, or a script or a line in the script that you'd change?
Anything that I have changed or would change? Would change, rather. Okay. We often improvise some lines. Not really big parts of scripts, just usually some, sentences don't really flow, so we just change them on the spot to make them work. But sometimes if there's, something that really does not work and doesn't feel right for the character, we'll ask the director and, say maybe we could think about modifying this a little bit to fit the character. So that sometimes happens, but not usually. Usually we stick to the script because it's fun.
And Michelle brings up a really good point because...
Okay, enough of that now, please.
Just say fan or fin. Well, Michelle brings up a really good point because this particular show is made in different locations. So on other shows that I've worked, I've been able to attend the voice recording, and on My Little Pony, I can't. So that would actually be one thing I wish we would be able to do, is be able to go to the voice recording, because then we could brainstorm or help, or if something didn't make sense, we could try to fix it, or we would just have, I think we would have a closer relationship between the voice actors and the writers if we didn't live so far away from each other.
Definitely.
Okay. Next question, please.
I do expect you've been asked this question a lot, but did you ever expect when you joined the writers and the voice panelists and just all of that, did you ever expect to go to places like this and just talking to a bunch of teenagers and young adults?
No, I don't think any of us ever expected this. I mean, I think that this fandom is so unique and so amazing that no one could have ever thought that this would even happen. So it's just such an honor to be here and experience this with you guys, and we're very, very lucky to be part of a successful show that everyone can enjoy. So thank you for that.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Next question, please.
A scientific one for Cindy Morrow. Okay. Okay, this is for Cindy Morrow. I got a scientific question for you regarding Hurricane Fluttershy. How much science was involved in the writing process for the episode? And more so, how did you come up with the unit of wing power?
I went to Twilight Sparkle's library. And I read all of her books on science, and then I came up with the answers.
That was well said, well answered.
It's all there. If you want to know, you have to go to her library and look.
There you have it, folks. Go to Twilight's library. Next question, please.
Hi, this is well, both of you can answer. If you could have one of those mythical creatures appear in the show as a pet, or one that's, well, hasn't appeared yet, for a pet, what would it be? I know spoilers to season 4.
If we could have a pet?
One of those mythical creatures, you know, like the Cerberus, Hydra, sea serpents, etc.
Right.
I wanted to have Tank. That's what I thought you were asking me.
Yeah.
Which one of their pets did you want?
I love that turtle. You know, he's so cute. Just, you know, he's propelling around the room. He's like, "Woo." It's hilarious.
I don't know. Do you have a different type of pet? I don't know much about Greek mythology, to be honest with you. So I'd have to maybe research a little more to decide which one, because maybe they'll like eat my head off, or would like zap me and turn me into stone or something. So
yeah, we'd have to be cautious.
But I'd take Tank. So
yeah.
Okay, next question, please.
Right, I've got like 3 questions actually. I've got 2. Okay, just one then. Right. I'm going to ask Michelle. I think. Sorry, it's okay. If in some alternate reality you never became an actress, what would you think you'd be doing?
Well, I'm a big cooking fan, and I've gone to culinary school, and I absolutely love it. I like to cook as much as possible when I'm at home for my parents, and I've been saying that quite a bit in the past year because I realized that it involves creativity, and you know, that's pretty much what I do every day, and I really enjoy it, so I think that's what I'd be doing. And I mean, even in this world, I might still do it, so, yeah.
Yeah, Michelle and I were talking there. You guys don't eat a lot of vegetables, do you? Do you? You do eat vegetables? Okay.
Okay.
Because after the show, after this panel, if someone could let me know where I could go to a restaurant with a salad, I would like to eat a
just
salad.
one leaf. Can we just
One leaf.
Is there a garden? You know, just.
Oh, look at it! Everybody's so disgruntled. It's like we're the country of vegetables. What are you talking about?
Bacon's a
Doritos are a vegetable. Okay.
Okay, next question, please.
Hi, this is one for Cindy Morrow. Have there ever been any ideas you've come up with during writing that never made it into the show, but you really wish did?
There was one line of dialogue that I'm pretty sure was cut out of the show. It was in Read It and Weep. And after Rainbow Dash got caught, you know, at the end of the episode, and she had to admit that she stole the book, Pinkie Pie made some reference to, like, why would you want to steal slippers? And it was really funny at the time, but I'm trying to recall something that I wrote a couple years ago. So I was a little sad that got cut, but because it was just some stupid joke. She didn't get that Rainbow Dash was, taking this book, and it was such a big deal. She thought that she was stealing slippers. Anyway, the point was, I did like the joke, and I was sad that it was cut. But in general, I have full trust in the editors, and whatever they decide needs to stay or go, I don't ever really have a problem with.
Okay, next question, please.
Hello. My question is, since there have already been some spoilers from season 4, I'm wondering, what is your point of view regarding spoilers?
I heard point of view.
Okay, what's your view on the spoilers? I know you're not allowed to talk about them.
What's our point of view on
So
spoilers?
what would you say? What's your opinion? Is that right? On
Opinion regarding any genre with spoilers.
Well, I can't give away spoilers. I'm not even
allowed to talk about them.
Personally, I
Sorry.
can't. I can't ever talk about
Not even
anything that
allowed-
hasn't happened, might happen, or
none of us can.
Should happen. So, sorry.
That's not the question. The
Oh,
question,
okay.
The question is, what's your opinion on that?
the question is
Well,
your opinion regarding spoilers.
Well,
How do you find them?
I think I understand what you're trying to say. When I'm a fan of The Office. That's just an example of a show I like. If I was, on Twitter or something, and a spoiler came up on, the show's over, but if a new episode and they were talking about it, I think I would be kind of upset because, a TV show is meant to surprise you and it's meant to excite you, and you want to watch, what's going to happen next. And if you already know, then what's the fun in that?
I think hints are different than spoilers.
Okay. Enough with that, please.
I mean, I think
Thank
it's
you.
fun if you can give hints.
Please.
If you can give hints, that's always great, but I'm not allowed to do that either. So I kind of agree with Michelle that personally, I wouldn't want to know something that's going to happen. I want to watch it and experience it for the first time on my own.
Yeah.
Okay, next question, please.
Right. Good afternoon and thank you, and for bringing such a wonderful show to us all.
It's our pleasure to be here.
Cindy, your episodes seem to explore the workings and some of the history of Equestria. Will there be any more of that coming up in future episodes?
Are you asking for a spoiler?
No spoilers. Sorry, no spoilers. We've already said.
Well, that was my
Fun.
That was my question.
No more of that, please.
We can't answer any questions about anything that hasn't happened yet.
Okay, next question then, please.
Good afternoon. Cindy, during the writing process, and Michelle, during the voice acting process, were there any episodes or pieces of episodes that gave you particular trouble or that you particularly enjoyed writing or speaking, and why?
There's always, tongue twisters and, as we were talking about earlier, things that don't work, but something that was really fun to do was... Shh! Are we good? Am I... Okay. It was a lot of fun to do the Cutie Pox episode, because it was a lot of crazy stuff going on. And I think also in one episode, Apple Bloom burps. And that was hilarious because that was me. And our director of voice acting, Terry Clausen, told me to eat a cookie really, really fast and just go for it. And then we just couldn't stop laughing for 10 minutes because Peter attempted to do it and it didn't work out. Anyway, it was hilarious. So that was a really fun time. And we always, we have a lot of crazy moments in sessions, and we're all friends, so, yeah.
For me, I think anytime that I have trouble with writing an episode, it's when the story has a hole. And I've said that before. Whenever anybody is struggling when they're writing, make sure that your story is concrete. And you'll find that when you can fix those holes, the writing comes much more easily. So that's my experience with trouble with writing. And fun stuff to write. I actually really enjoyed writing Read It and Weep and Winter Wrap Up.
Okay, next question, please. Oh.
Hi, Michelle. Sorry. Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
Hi, Cindy. This is a two-part question. First part to Cindy, second part to Michelle. For Cindy, fan fiction writers, like with the CMC, they always do crazy things, like they'll be for their cutie marks. And some fan fiction, they can go as crazy as, for example, them trying to be chemists or even turning Ponyville into a nuclear test facility. But as writers, okay, what is realistically, as the standards of the show, what is the craziest thing you could possibly write the CMC doing? And for Michelle, regardless of what the writers can write, what do you personally think is the craziest thing the CMC could be doing for their cutie marks?
I'll give you time to think about that. You have your answer? Okay. Go to Earth. That's good.
What the Sam heck is this place? Oh, sweet applesauce!
As for writing the craziest, I think all it needs to be done is to propose it, and if it's accepted, it happens. So I'm kind of leaving that open-ended because I don't really, I can't speculate about the future of that.
Okay. Good news, everyone. We've managed to get Amy and Megan on our screens.
Ooh,
Amy,
Screenception.
however,
Ooh.
Amy, however, is voice only. So
I'm working on it.
Oh.
Hello. It's a voice from above.
Hi.
Where are you coming from? Mommy.
Okay.
Are you my mommy?
There we go. Okay. So,
Can you see me?
yeah, we can hear you just fine. Excellent. So on our screen we have Megan McCarthy. Is that right? Yep. And
hello.
And on voice only we have Amy Keating-Rogers.
Am I here?
Oh, and on screen as well. Yeah. We can see and hear you both just fine. So, if you have questions for Amy and Megan as well, feel free to ask them too. Shall we move on to the next question, please?
Hi guys. Just for Cindy and the writers in general, like, has anything the fandom done, like, reflected back into the writing of the show? Like, for instance, like with Doctor Hooves and the buff pony that apparently says yes a lot. That's not how he says it, but I'm not going to do the voice. Sorry. Do they, like, start off as, like, staff-in jokes, and then when you realise the fandom likes them, you make them, like, have bigger roles, or if that makes sense?
I can.
Go ahead. I
Do you want to
think
start?
we should let Amy and Megan answer because who knows how long they're going to be here.
Okay. Yep, go ahead.
I can't really hear Amy if she starts talking and at the same time I'm talking.
It's okay, you're just talking at the moment. Can you hear me?
I can answer that question,
it's
I
just
guess.
you talking at the moment, so you can answer first.
Okay. I mean, I think a lot of times, especially with the background ponies, those are definitely jokes that are put in by the board artist.
Yes.
They're not some.
Sorry. After you.
The things like the background ponies, like Doctor Who's, are put in during the boarding process, and so they're definitely things that start off as in jokes with the board artists. But they do notice that, you know, certain characters become popular, and we'll kind of start to include them a little bit more. But it usually does start off as something that's just an in-joke, and then once they also have that model, they'll start to use it more because it's available to them.
And same for you, Megan? Or Amy?
What's that?
Same for you, Amy?
I actually have no idea what you just said.
Oh, sorry, I'll repeat the question for you then. Do any of, like, the background ponies that have become popular in the fandom, do any of them, like, stick out to you as, like, that started in jokes within the staff?
I mean, I don't know what. Oh gosh, my voice is all echoed. So I don't know what Megan said, but I'm sure it was fantastic.
Okay.
So she said, and leave it at that.
That's okay, don't worry. Same for you, Cindy? Same question?
Megan was pretty much hit the nail on the head. It's what she said.
Okay. Okay, next question, please.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
You're a singer, so you were probably the obvious choice for Apple Bloom's singing voice. But how did you land the role of Sweetie Belle's singing voice as well?
Well, I've already worked with Daniel quite a bit, and I also worked with him before My Little Pony, so he knew what I was capable of, and I just had to make my voice sound like Claire, and I was set to go. So there's not much to that story.
Okay, that was nice and brief. Next question, please.
Hi there. Hi. This is a question to the episode writers. Did you have any ideas for episodes that are still in your mind right now, but you never put them to production and could have very well actually been episodes had you suggested them?
Okay, we'll start with you, Megan. Were there any episodes?
We've had premises that we submitted that didn't make it past that part of the process. Be it that it wasn't something the network responded to, or it didn't quite fit in with where we wanted to go with the series. But there's not very many that I've come up, that I feel like we've come up with and submitted that we didn't end up making, or they do get, we'll have these big writer summits at the very beginning of the season where we all pitch tons and tons of ideas and put them up on a big board. And then we go through and say which ones do we really want to see happen, and which really have the most potential and things like that. So there's certainly things that get, just little nuggets of ideas that get tossed out right at the beginning. But for me, there's not really been something that I really, really wanted to do that that I haven't been able to do. Most of the things that I've really wanted to try to push through have happened.
And the same for you, Amy? Were there any episodes?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, there are always episodes that I have that never quite make it, and
I'm afraid you keep breaking up on us, Amy. Could you repeat that for us, please?
sure. Am I breaking up still?
A little bit, yes.
Fred. Yeah, I always have episodes that are dear to my heart, and so I hold on to them. Always try and pitch them again, know that they'll fit into the season.
I think we just about got that. Sorry, you're not very clear. That's okay. I just blamed the connection. Okay, same question for you, Cindy.
What was the question again?
Were there any episodes that you came up with that didn't get through that you would like to have done?
No, actually, it's just like Megan said. I think we, at the summit meetings, we brainstorm different ideas, but in the end, I think Megan selects the stories and proposes them to the heads there, the executives. So as a writer, I don't really have that much involvement or recollection of ideas.
Okay, next question, please.
Hello to all four of you, and this question's rather simple. Basically, what's your favourite villain and what's your favourite song from the show?
Favorite villain from My Little Pony, or just in general?
Pony.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll start with you, Megan. What was your favourite villain and your favourite song?
Let's see. I like Discord a lot. So I sure would like to see him again. Wink. And my favorite, I think my favorite song, and I guess I'm partial to it because I write it, is the This Day aria from the wedding episode. Just more from on a personal level, just that I'm really proud of how that turned out. It was a lot of late nights trying to work out the lyrics for that song, so I was really excited with the way it turned out.
Okay, and same for you, Amy. What was your favourite villain and your favourite song?
I like Discord. And I like the Smile song a lot.
And what about yours, Cindy?
For songs, I like the Smile song a lot as well. Additionally, I actually really loved how the Raise This Barn song came out, how Daniel handled that. And as far as villains go, I like the villains in each of the main six. Their inner struggle, the villains inside.
Yeah.
So deep.
Yeah, and she's not a villain anymore, but Princess Luna, because I loved how it shows that everyone has a heart and everyone can be a good person, and that's what makes My Little Pony unique, is that they explore those really not, shallow. I mean, usually shows don't really do that kind of really deep story plots. But I was very impressed when I watched that episode. I was like, wow, that the writers must have really, spent a lot of time on making that work. And I think it's a really great lesson, and I'm sure a lot of people could relate to that. So that was my favorite villain, per se. My favorite song, I think, is also This Day Aria, because Britt did such a great job with that.
Okay, next question, please.
Just for the writers, I'm afraid, which of the characters for you personally is the most difficult to write?
So we'll start with you, Megan. Which of the characters is the hardest to write?
I think a lot of times the hardest character to come up with stories for, once you know what the story is, she's not hard to write, is Applejack. Because to me, she's sort of the most even keel. She's the hardest one to sort of rattle. And a lot of the episodes that I've written are mostly about taking the ponies and making them go crazy. And Applejack is the hardest one to sort of create a conflict that she can't just handle in a pretty rational way, which doesn't create that much drama. So she's definitely the hardest one to come up with stories for, but once you have that story, getting into her voice and her personality isn't so tough.
And the same for you, Amy. Who's the hardest character for you to write?
It depends. At first it was Rarity. I had to figure her out, but I've kind of gotten a beat on what she's like. Fluttershy can be challenging because she's so quiet. You have to figure out, especially when the main scenes are all together, where she's fitting, because it's easy for her to say anything. So she can be when she's going to speak up.
I think we just got that. You say that was Fluttershy, right? Just, can you give us a nod, or if I was right? Is that Fluttershy? Yeah. Thank you. Sorry. Sorry, the sound isn't very good on this end. Okay, same question for you, Cindy. Who do you think was the hardest to write for?
Actually, I had a lot of difficulty writing Granny Smith. In fact, Amy ended up helping me with sort of fine-tuning her dialect, and I don't know, Amy's really good writing about elderly characters for some weird reason. So that was my hardest character.
Okay, next question, please.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to ask this, but it's related to the background ponies. I was wondering, in a hypothetical sense, not asking for spoilers in any way, but if each of the writers were to write an episode for one of the background ponies based on what they've said or what the fandom has come up with for them, which would be your favorite to write?
Okay, so first of all to you, Megan, out of the background characters, who would you like to write an episode for?
Doctor Who.
I must admit, there's a lot of fans of him here.
I thought that might go over well with this audience. But yeah, definitely, I think that would be super fun.
And same for you, Amy. Who would be your favorite background pony to write an episode for?
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. I actually just finished watching The 10th Doctor, and so I also would write for Dr. Who.
Who was that? And the same for you, Cindy?
Same for me.
Dr. Hoover's as well. All round.
If I was a writer, I think I'd have to give an episode to Tom the Rock. I mean, wow. Just,
Michelle, we said no spoilers.
I mean, the voice actor that came in, his name was Steve the Pebble. Just his acting, his approach was so deep. You know, I just respect that Pebble with all my heart. Just, you know?
Maybe we should invite him next year.
I know.
Okay, next question, please.
Hello. I was wondering if I could ask you, the writers, what is your biggest influence, and especially to Megan? You mentioned that Fred Rogers was one of your big influences. How did he influence your work?
You know, I would think hopefully helped me just be a decent human being, for starters. And I mean, I think and I think a lot of the writers would agree that part of what's great about working on this particular show is that it isn't cynical, and that it's really positive and has really positive messages. And so I think that's an influence in the sense that that my desire to kind of spread goodness through my writing definitely comes from that. So yeah, so I would say that's how he influenced me, was just wanting to try to use something that I'm good at to put a little more good into the world. So yeah, and yeah, that's how he's influenced me in this world.
Okay, next question, please.
This is a question for all the guests. I was wondering, what would you say was the high point of all of your careers?
Oh, this. Hands down, this. It's amazing.
Okay. So what was the high point of your careers? Amy, what was the high point of your career?
This, definitely.
And Cindy?
Yeah, I would say it's probably the same.
And Michelle?
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree. You guys have given us such an amazing opportunity to share, you know, our experiences and what we do, and you guys give us so much support and love, and that's so special. So this is definitely a high point. I mean, not just in my career, but in my life. So thank you for that. Again, really.
Next question, please.
Hi, this is probably more of a question for the animators, but just in case you know, was Derpy Hooves a mistake? And if not, do you know who created Derpy?
I do think that it was. I don't know who, how it came to pass, but I do think that it started off as an animation mistake, I think. But I don't know who it was.
Okay. Do either of the other two writers know at all?
I don't know.
You don't know? They just don't know what went wrong. Okay, next question, please.
Hello. I just wanted to ask, is there somebody you would love to have in your creative team, be it a writer, animator, or voice actor?
Sorry?
Sorry, can you repeat that again, please?
My question is there anybody you would love in your creative team?
Oh, is there anybody you would love to have in your team?
I mean, I feel like we've gotten such great talent already that, I mean, there's people I'd like to hang out with in a writer's room or in, in a voice actor's booth or whatever. But I just feel like the talent that's already part of this show, I mean, the animators that we have are just phenomenal. We have such a great writing staff, and the voice actors are just, every time I think we've kind of pushed them to the limit, we give them a new episode and they just take it to a new place. So, no, I mean, hopefully there'll be some different folks that we'll bring in that will get people excited. But yeah, I'm just thrilled with the people that we have.
Excellent. And same for you, Amy. Is there anyone you would like to have on the team?
I'm a freelance writer, so I'm happy that I'm on the creative team.
And for you, Cindy, was there anyone you'd like to have on the team?
Maybe Steve Martin or Martin Short, maybe. I like some of those actors. Maybe they would come in and do something unique or some fantastical. I don't think that'll ever happen. I don't think.
And is there anyone you'd like to work with on the show, Michelle?
Yeah, I mean, there's many amazing voice actors out there, and I love the cast that we have, however, and I don't really think we need anything more to make this show what it is, but there's always people that can come in and add something a little extra. But yeah, I love the team that we have right now.
Next question, please.
I have a question for Megan McCarthy. So in episode Lesson Zero, we see that Fluttershy is giving massage to a bear. Is that the bear whose house should have Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash watched in episode Party of One?
Wow, you connect all the dots. I would think so, though I think they may have also just completely been making up that story. But if that bear did in fact exist, that is probably the bear who she would house sit for, yes.
Next question, please.
Oh, the temptation to make silly voices in this thing. But, okay, has Hasbro ever come to you with a big graph of something completely incomprehensible and said that you had to put something particularly bizarre or strange into the show because they thought it would sell a bit better or something like that?
What?
Is there anything... sorry. Is there anything...
Oh, I missed the whatever someone said after he asked this question. That didn't become my job to have that much interaction with Hasbro until season 3 and then in season 4. And in my experience, there really hasn't been anything that's occurred. I mean, they came to me with, I wrote the Equestria Girls movie, and they brought that to me, and I think a lot of people, our reaction when they first brought that concept to us was like, what? But then it proved to be a fun challenge and something interesting to try to figure out how would we make this work and have it still feel pony. And I feel like we were successful with that. But so yeah, in my experience, there hasn't been something that they've said do this and I thought no, or that's never going to work, or that's the dumbest thing. But I mean, that hasn't been my experience. No.
Okay, is there anything that Hasbro has come to you for, Amy, that have made you think anything like that?
I'm trying to think of something funny, but I'm not. No. They would come to Megan first because she's the head writer. So no, they wouldn't come to me for any reason and be like, hey, this is. So.
Okay. Next question, please.
If you could bring back Derby Hooves back to the fandom, would you?
I don't know that that Derpy was ever lost to the fandom, was she? So that's my answer.
Next question, please.
Hello? Okay, so my question has to do with, see, next month at the Edmonton Expo, John Barrowman is going to be there, and so will I. So I want to ask you, since we already have Dr. Hooves, could you possibly make some kind of Captain Jack Harkness pony? And if you say yes, I'm going to bug him at the Edmonton Expo to do it too. So.
I don't know. That's probably a question for the animators because it's something they would put in the background, I think.
Okay, next question, please.
Okay, this is for Megan McCarthy. It's about Equestrian Girls. How did the idea of the movie came about? And more so, how did the idea of humanizing the ponies came about?
It was a concept that Hasbro brought to me and said we'd really like to be able to do these human versions of our ponies. How would you do that? How would you make that work? And so then I just kind of had to figure out what would that story be. And in my sort of original concept set was to, rather than sort of send all the girls somewhere and have all of them become human, if we just kind of followed one character, and Twilight seemed the right character for that, into a world where she would sort of meet counterparts of her friends. And to me, it was coming from sort of a Wizard of Oz kind of place of you know, how Dorothy meets all the characters that remind her of the farmhands and stuff back in Kansas. So that's kind of how the story originated for me, once I kind of latched onto that idea and then just tried to figure out how to also take sort of a real world high school situation, but give it a magical take and give it magical stakes that would impact Equestria. So yeah, so it was conceptually it was Hasbro, and then the execution was myself and obviously the people at the studio and Jason, our director, and then all the other people that worked on the finished product. But yeah, it originated at Hasbro.
Okay, next question, please.
My question is, how do you feel when the fandom turns your characters completely out of themselves, like Princess Trollestia, for example?
Like who?
I don't know. I mean, people kind of have a right to do whatever kind of stuff that they want to do, and they're not in control. I mean, you know, I'm not in control of that. I'm just in control of what we do on the actual show. Yeah, I don't know. I guess to each their own, but I don't know.
And Amy, what's your opinion on what the fandom has done to certain ponies?
I do my best not to pay attention to it.
That's probably a good answer.
I mean, I just figure all the fan fiction and that stuff is you know where you guys take it, and that's cool. That's your thing, and our world is your world, and your world is your world, and that's all cool. but I'd like to keep our little pony world, you know, kind of clean, so to speak.
I think we got that. And for you, Cindy, what's your opinion on what the fandom has done to certain ponies?
Have they done what?
What the fandom has made of certain ponies. Have you seen any of it, and what's your opinion of it?
I don't know. I mean, I don't have a huge opinion about, you know, what people want to do, how they want to seek their creativity. There's shock value all over the place, and it's just whether or not, you know, you get sucked into that, or if that is something that, you know, you enjoy. It's your business. I guess I don't really have too much of an opinion about it. Yeah.
Next question, please.
Hello. Question for all the panel members. If I was to be introducing this MRP for anyone who hasn't seen it before, because there's so many good episodes, it's going to be pretty hard to pick. I would be very interested to hear, for the writer's perspective, which episode you would want to put forward, and for Michelle, which episode you would want to put forward for your voice acting.
Oh, that's a good question.
Can you repeat that question again, please?
Basically, if I had to show one episode to a new member who hasn't seen any of the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, which episode would you recommend?
Oh, that's a good question. Man. One of the ones hasn't aired yet. And then I guess of the episodes that I did, I like Party of One, just because I think it's kind of quirky and a little weird.
I'd probably show them the Discord episodes because it involves, you know, several. It expresses sort of what the show's about, and there's a ton of lessons, and the ponies really grow, and I think that's an episode that could really suck someone in and, you know, appreciate what the show's about, because it's just so dynamic. You just can't really wrap it all up into one episode, but that would be my best, probably.
I'd probably pick an episode that has at least, you know, a couple of ponies, I think, just to show their relationship with each other and how they solve problems together.
Yeah.
And Amy, do you have a episode that you would suggest to someone who's new to the show?
Yeah, it's interesting. I was talking to some fans at BronyCon, and they said that they gauge first episodes on people's personality. So if someone's an action-oriented person, they choose a more hardcore episode versus if they choose, you know, something pinky fun, shy, that kind of.
I'm sorry, we can't hear you again. Which episode was it, sorry?
No, I had really awesome
I've just been told if you could talk slowly, it might be able to help.
Okay.
That was good.
At BronyCon, I was talking to some bronies.
Yeah.
They said that they choose episodes based on people's personalities. Okay, got it?
Yes, yes.
So people who like action-oriented shows get hardcore episodes. People who like light episodes get Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy episodes. But I think an episode that has all the characters in it is The Best Night Ever, which shows them all and has music in it as well.
Thank you. Next question, please.
The fandom created a character for Lauren Faust, which was the Fausticorn. My question to all four is, what's your opinion of this character, and do you know if Lauren Faust enjoys having the popularity of being called the Fausticorn?
I think she's aware. I'm pretty sure she's aware of it. I feel like she's seen the pictures, the drawings of it. I don't know if I haven't seen if they've given the Fausticorn a personality that matches or doesn't match Lauren's real personality, because she's awesome and amazing and a genius. But I'm pretty sure she's aware of it. I don't know. I know that she is that she is kind of blown away by this fandom and how the show that she created has impacted the world. I know that's she's overwhelmed by that. But beyond that, I can't speak to how she feels about being a Fausticorn.
Okay, next question, please.
Hi, this is a question to everyone. I imagine I know Michelle's answer already, although she could possibly surprise us. Would you like to cosplay as a pony, and if so, which pony would it be?
That's true, I already have proven myself.
Well, someone has cosplayed as me, which was pretty awesome. But I think I would be Queen Chrysalis. That would be an awesome cosplay. I've seen a couple really good ones, so I think that would be kind of a fun one.
Same question to Amy. Which pony or character would you cosplay?
Well, I have been mocked for my hair. So, Flufflepuff.
What about you, Cindy? Would you cosplay a pony or character from the show?
Sure. Oh, I like Rainbow Dash a lot. She's probably one of my favorite characters, so I could cosplay as her, right?
You could pull it off.
Excellent. Next question, please.
Hello there, writers. I was wondering, when you're writing the episodes or storyboarding them, well, not storyboarding, how old do you think the main six are?
How old? I think that they're sort of, I think they're supposed to be sort of late teens, early 20s.
We just had someone in the crowd shout, "That's the answer I'm looking for."
I think that was how they were really sort of originally envisioned.
Sorry, we just had the screen fade just then, but it's back now.
Yeah, I think that's how they were originally envisioned, was that sort of age range, because they're obviously not in school anymore and have jobs and such.
I also think that they're kind of timeless in a way, because no one's really sure where the ponies are, where Equestria is, and that's sort of where the magic comes in. It's for your imagination, to play on. And if they don't have a specific age, they can relate to anyone. And there may be some younger ponies and some older ponies, but it's really for you to decide and what you would imagine them to be. So I I think, yeah, I don't think there'll ever really be a decided age for them.
I don't think they're babies though.
Yeah, no, I don't
not
think they're like
babies.
2 months
Not like
old.
infants.
because, you
Yeah,
know.
we know that. Yeah.
Okay, next question, please.
What is the average amount of time it takes to write an episode, and were there any episodes that took especially long or slow? Oh, quick or slow?
We're given, I think, about 5 weeks to write an episode, and some of that time is probably spent, meeting in a group, or it's not. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's not all sitting in front of a computer and typing. So probably about 5 to 7 weeks. Is that right? 5 to 7 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends. I mean, I think sometimes we get 8 weeks from when the premise is submitted. There's lots of time where we turn something in and then we're waiting for notes. That's kind of built into that schedule. But we've certainly had episodes where it doesn't happen very often, but we've had a couple of times where we've had to start over, where an idea that we had when we got through the script, we realized it was not working, and we had to completely start over. That's really rare, but it can happen sometimes. So yeah.
And Amy, when you're writing an episode, how long does it usually take you?
Years. I'm the trouble one. No, it takes me the same amount of time. It's those songs take forever.
Okay, next question, please.
Hello. Britannia is kind of a character that was like the mascot of Buck and UK Bronies in general. My question is what is your opinion of this character? And this is
So I didn't hear the first.
Have you seen our con mascot, Britannia, and what do you think of her?
I think I have on the website. Let me look at her right now, and I'll tell you.
Oh.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome. I like that she looks like a badass. Oh, sorry.
Same for you, Amy. Have you seen our con mascot, and what do you think of her?
Code Purple. We lost the writers.
Hello, are you still there? Megan, Amy, can you still hear us?
Hello?
Gone, just like that.
It's an alien invasion. Everyone get down!
I've just been informed the laptop's just gone off, I'm afraid. Sorry. So give a round of applause to our cyber guests, Megan McCarthy and Amy Keating-Rogers. We'll pass the question on to Cindy and Michelle. What do you think of Britannia? And I'm pretty sure you've seen her.
Yeah, she's very cute and sweet, and I like all of the different characters that fans come up with, and I think it's really creative, and I have my own bacon sizzle. So I think it's fun. You should keep coming up with different characters. But yes, I like her. What's her name again?
Britannia.
Britannia, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much have the same answer. I think she's cool, so. I don't know what else to say.
Okay, next question, please.
If Nightmare Moon was redeemed and turned back into Luna, and Discord was redeemed and became a good guy, why did you feel that Sombra deserved to die?
Why do?
Wait, what?
Luna was Nightmare Moon and was redeemed, and so was Discord. Why was King Sombra not?
To keep you guys guessing.
That's right.
That's a good answer. Okay, next question, please.
Good one.
Okay. Was Discord's redemption required for the rise of Alucard Twilight?
Do either of you know why?
Oh, it's too bad Megan's gone. She'd probably be able to answer something like that, or... Sorry.
Okay, does anyone else have any more questions for Cindy and Michelle?
Cindy, could you do an impression of Apple Bloom, please?
Anybody hungry? You do
That's
it.
good.
You do it.
That's good.
It'll be 4 beats, lady. We take cash or credit.
I'm not even going to try. I'm not going to go there.
Okay, next question, please.
My question is for all of you. Out of all our musicians for the community, who's your favorite Brony musician?
Who's your favorite Brony?
Sorry, what was that again, please?
I've worked with several Brony musicians, and I'm not going to single anyone out because they're all amazing, and I'm so honored that I've gotten an opportunity to work with them, and I'm definitely not going to pick a favorite because they're all great.
And Cindy, do you have a favorite from the
Well,
fandom?
actually, I was not really familiar with, well, let's just say I'd heard a lot of the Brony music, but I didn't know who made what. Does that make sense? Like, I didn't have a face or a name. And I've enjoyed everything, and even just listening, coming to the Sun Celebration, that was amazing. I can't pick a favorite because I still don't know who wrote what, but I've really enjoyed absolutely all of it.
Okay, next question, please.
Hi, why did season 3 only have 13 episodes?
Do you know why?
Because that's how many it was contracted for.
Oh, it's down to contract.
I don't have those answers. I don't know why they do that.
Okay, next question, please.
If you could pick a pony to represent yourself, what would it look like and what would the cutie mark be?
Oh, well, you can think about that one. I do have an OC, and her name is Bacon Sizzle, and she has 2 pieces of bacon on her flank. So that's who I would be.
I've had a series of different Michelle Krieber ponies I've seen. Different conventions make some to put on my badge and stuff. I don't really have a specific one yet, but I've had some that, look like me and that, usually have like a microphone or music notes or something for my cutie mark. Just something artistic, because that's pretty much what I'm all about, so yeah.
Okay, we've probably got time for about one last question.
All villains seem to actually have a good quality in them. Does that come at the start of creating a villain, or is that added in a later date?
In creating the villains, sorry, can you repeat that, please?
All villains seem to have a good feature, like Chrysalis trying to feed her children. Does the good feature come at the start, or is it added in a later date?
Oh, the good feature is in the good side of the character. Yeah, okay.
Wow, that's a pretty good question, because it always depends, depending on the situation or the type of character. sometimes it even comes down to the amount of time that's allotted to come up with an evil character or concept for a story. It depends on whether or not that evil character already existed or if it's just being written into an episode to just be there for that one episode. So sometimes, I guess it all just depends on the depth that that character needs. Ideally, it would always be nice to have a proper amount of time to really give a character a solid amount of depth. But I will say, even with good characters that are going to be around for a long time, the development is ongoing. So, you know, in the first season of My Little Pony, you know, even one of the main ponies might develop a new character or personality trait further on down the line. So I'd like to think that it's always progressing and improving. And so I'm sorry, it's kind of a tough question to answer.
Yay! Just in time.
And I'm afraid we're just about to wrap up, guys. Sorry.
I was just about to give away all the season 4 spoilers.
Oh!
Man.
So at least you get to say your goodbyes to the UK. So I'd like to thank once again Megan McCarthy.
Thank you so much, guys. This was great. Maybe I'll be there in person next year.
And Amy Keating-Rogers.
Hi, I don't know where I am. I don't know.
And on stage, Cindy Morrow.
Thank you.
And of course, Michelle Creamer.
Thank you guys so much. It's been a real pleasure.
I've been told that after the panel, Michelle will be doing some more signings on the 3rd floor. Okay? Thank you very much once again.
Thank you.
You guys did it.